Hi everyone, good to see you again. Just giving you a quick update on what we're up to in the Yankee Boy. So we'll just give you a quick little tour around here, show you what we've done since the last video. And then we got a bunch of footage of what we've done to get here, so some stuff you haven't seen, and even some old pictures of Max back when we first explored this mine. And at the very end, we'll show you what we've done at the end of the week, and then it'll be bringing us up to just about Christmas time. So hope you guys are having a good Christmas. Stay tuned for the show. So, quick recap about all the stuff we got done so far. So we got all the lumber up to there, and we're working on doing all the timbering and stuff in the mine there. And we're also going to look back and show you guys what this mine looked like about 6 years ago when we first went in there with Max. So we got some old pictures of him, and this is a bunch of the road work. Lots of burning and stuff to do up there to clear all the stuff for the roads and trails. The timber is really good. We're still expecting to see this mine open for visitors by springtime. So hopefully you guys can come and visit us when we get her done. And the big thing we got to do next is get this compressor running. So we got the engine out of it, and we put a brand new 250 engine. Thanks for everyone, all the help and the donations we got to get this going. And yeah, lots of exciting stuff going on in the Yankee Boy. And we'll see you soon. Most of it's probably mental. You don't like dark places that are wet and you're claustrophobic. You have a bunch of phobias and stuff. It's not going to be the place for you. It's making it a little tougher with all the snow because we got to plow the driveway every once in a while, but we got a pretty good blade for the tractor, so it doesn't really take that long, and we can get there and plow the snow because we still got a pretty good grade coming up here. But you know, when it's plowed, it's no problem. I can get up here with my truck, which isn't actually the best thing in the wintertime because you know, with the duals and stuff. But when you're bringing a load of fuel up, then that gives a bit of weight on the end, and it makes it a little better. So, you know, we're really happy with the progress of roads. They've just gotten way better all the time. So if you can get up here with this thing and get up here with pretty much anything in the wintertime. Those are two buildings we're going to build in the springtime. And we're going to have a lot of our museum exhibits in here. We're still expecting it to be open for visitors in the spring. So we've been working up here most days. So yeah, getting quite a lot of work done. So we kind of changed our strategy a few different times on what we're doing here, but we'll show you what we're up to here. The reason we brought Millie up here is we thought I got an air hammer that we thought we could just hook up to the glad hand in the back of the truck and use that air to break rock and the calcite and stuff with, but it didn't actually work because it just wouldn't provide enough air. So if we were going to do that, we'd have to bring a big tank in here and fill the tank up, a big air tank, and use that to run the rock drill. We've got it kind of locked up here so we can keep a couple tools up here, not have to worry that anything would disappear. Yeah, so Ron helped me with this door, so it turned out pretty good. We made it a little thicker. It's a big, heavy door. And if you recognize this handle, it's actually, they're from the ore carts, the old ore carts that tip the carts, but it makes a pretty neat handle. So, all right. I'll show you what we've done so far. We were thinking of putting the track in here right away, but we've decided not to. It works pretty good with the wheelbarrow mucking it out. So we've dug the ditch, and that's another thing that we kind of thought about. So what we're going to do is we're going to dig a ditch, and we're going to stick a pipe in there to drain this water out, and then we're going to put the track on top of that. So it'll be under the track, have the pipe in the corner, and then some of the track, we're going to cut it long enough so it'll go, it's 48 inches wide here. So with the track, we can just bring it right from one timber to the other, right across. That was our plan, so. Yeah, so it's looking pretty good. I mean, we've got a little bit more work left to do here, just to kind of, you know, there isn't a lot of just a little small stuff here, so we're just gonna timber this all up and make sure nothing can fall down. But all that, you know, all the big, really unstable stuff is really well secured now, and this is a good way to do this timbering, and we've been pretty happy with it. And so what we're planning on doing is, so we got a bunch of 2-inch first cut slabs that we're kind of using on the sides, just to keep stuff, and we'll do that all the way across here, just to keep this loose stuff off the track if it falls down. Yeah. Like all this stuff's pretty loose, you could just pull it down, but you don't want to because you don't know what's behind it, so we'll wait till it's all secured. And after that, if some of it falls down, well, it doesn't matter. It's not going to go anywhere. It'll just stay here for us. So you can see, yeah, it's been a lot of work mucking it out. You see how far down we are already? And it's kind of a mystery as to why the track is that high. Because originally the mine was the same altitude as those timbers are. So you can see the old stalls there. We're uncovering the stalls. And the one stall was right there. Or not a stalls, the timbers, eh? So, but anyways, we're just going to keep working this out. We'll just shovel it out by hand. It works pretty good. And then if it gets too hard, we're going to have to get some air in there and use a rock hammer to chisel it out. We've got these big hard chunks of calcite, but most of it's not bad. So, you know, this is kind of a major, so we want to bring the timbering out. You know, this isn't really bad here, but it's still going to be all secured. It looks like there's a big rock there that's kind of just hanging there, but it's a solid piece of country rock. It's not actually going to go anywhere. That stuff in there is a little bit more unstable, so we want to make sure that's all fully secured there, see? So it's at a pretty steep angle, just about straight up and down, so there's not too much pressure on the ribs there for that to come out. And this is all kind of stuff that we're learning and adapting as we go along, but I mean, it's just way better than it used to be when we first, we'll show you some video about what it first looked like. And it was kind of pretty scary going back in here. And the other thing we were doing is, see, there was a bunch of loose rock and stuff up there. So we're just taking all the scrap wood we can find and putting it up there and having it right tight in there. So if anything falls, it's only going to fall a short little ways and it'll just be secured. This will be like a tunnel going through there. So it won't matter what happens up there after we get it all finished. All right, so now the original air line is still here, and we've been able to unscrew it as we go along. So yeah, we just keep working our way back here, and we've got a fair ways to go. I've got to get all this mucked out of here. Originally we were going to try to use a slusher, but we were kind of concerned that the noise and stuff would bring down a bunch of this more unstable stuff. So I think we're just going to keep doing it by hand. It doesn't work that bad, and I don't mind doing it. And so this, once we get back to this next section that's flooded there's some real heavy calcite in here that we're having a hard time. We're going to have to hammer that out with an air drill, I'm sure. But once we get back to here, we don't have to do any more timbering. It's all, the mine's really solid going back into this part here. So you can see it's all, there's no timbering required in this part after that. So really, we only got about, we never measured it, but probably about 100 feet from here to the very outside. As you can see, this is kind of the place that needs the work. And this isn't really unstable here, but it needs to be 100%, you know, it can't be kind of good enough type thing. If there's going to be people in here, if they get hurt, we're going to be responsible for them. So we want to make sure that nobody gets hurt and it's a safe place for everyone to come and explore. So I can see it's pretty scabby in here, so. But we'll have this all timbered up and it'll all be secure. If you come here to see this part, it'll look a lot different by the time you get here. It'll all be timbered up. So anyways, we'll put our gloves on and we're going to show you some old footage that we have, different times in there, and you'll notice the difference, what it looked like before we started and what it looks like now. Well, it was Boxing Day. Max and I decided to take a little trip. Let's go, Max. Come on, buddy. And to the Yankee Boy. When we were in here last spring, we came across a cave-in, so I thought, oh, maybe someday we'll come back and see if we can get in here. So today's the day, so we'll head into our shovel and we'll see. Now, I don't really recommend that casual explorers go into this mine. The reason being is there's a lot of really unstable rock in here, so I'm going to try to be real careful and hopefully it'll stay where it is. But definitely taking a bit of a risk. Most mines are a lot more stable than this one is. So it's pretty unstable. I'll show you some cracks and stuff. Especially this guy here. There's see this rock here, I think just barely held in here. by that log, eh? So, but we'll just sneak by here, not touch anything, and hopefully everything will stay as it is. So we got some really cool formations of ice here. It's really neat, eh? Upside down icicles, eh? It's just formed when the temperature is just right where it's warm enough that the water's still dripping off the back, and it's freezing in here. So, oh, Max, there's a little bit of water in here. I don't think we're going to get our boots wet. If we are, so what? We're not scared of a bit of water. Yeah, it's pretty loose in here, eh? Lots of cracks and stuff, so yeah, just be careful. Don't touch anything, should be alright. Don't even rub your back against the back. Alright, so it's a little deeper in here, but we'll make it, buddy. Just dump our boots out and get to the end. Yeah, boy, Max. Not that deep in here. So, memory serves, we head this way. I'm sure it gets a lot warmer once you get in here. A little more water here than there was in the spring, but we had a pretty wet fall. Yeah. Not really that cold water. Kind of an unusual looking mine. Just because not very well defined edges to the tunnel at all. A looser type of rock. Now let's see which one do we go up. Keep going straight. Nice and cozy in here. We can get a ways along here yet. Oh, I guess alright. No tracks in this part, so they must have abandoned this. Or it could have just covered in material. Funny, the dog, you know, he's soaking wet, he still tries to stay dry. But come on, let's go this way. Follow the tracks. Come on, Max. Come on. Go this way. There. Come on. Kind of a pain for the dog. Can't quite walk in here. Can't swim either. Yeah, nice and warm in here. There we go, less water already. No surprise, nice and warm in here. Okay. Seems getting warmer and warmer as you go in here. Now, this is the branch we've got to go in. I knew it was to the left, but I thought it was to the extreme left. Yeah. So this is where we're going to be working. Let's see if we can dig this out. Kind of weird, why there'd be a tire right at the very end here, eh? Yeah, that's where we're going to be. I don't know if this is going to be successful, but that's what we're doing today. Let's see if we can dig that out and get around it. So other than having worked off a little turkey, we're not really making any progress here. It just kind of continues on here. There's a big pile of dirt here, obviously. That, let's see. It looks like there's an incline shaft going up here. And the more we got quite a few pieces of wood coming down, so there's some timbering up there. It does feel like there's some air moving through here, but I don't know. I don't think we're going to be able to get through here. Not anytime soon anyhow, so I think we're just going to call it a day here. Well, we got a little further back. We made some progress today. We got up into there and then we could see quite a long ways up. It goes to a raise up here. There was a whole bunch of big planks and stuff that were in there. Another interesting thing is we've got quite a bit of water coming out of there. So I don't know if this level just continues on like this, and then there's also the raise, or if there's just a raise here. Probably there's a good chance it continues like this. We've taken a lot of material out of here, but we might have a lot more work left to do. I say we did get up in there. There's a pretty big void up there. I think I can feel the air going up there. I'm not thinking it's really safe to get up there. Now we got some wood kind of jammed in there, so well, I guess we'll just keep digging. But we've had enough for today. Yeah, it feels. Yeah, we're really feeling the airflow here now, so that's good. Maybe in the springtime we'll look at some of them top adits and see if we can find our way down from the top. But it's supposed to be an intermediate level here, so yeah, really feeling the wind here, so that's good. We're making progress. And I might be able to continue going digging straight too, so yeah, we'll see. Well, we're going to work yet to do, but I can move a lot of material in one day. So I do so much in a day. For that, all the blisters and sore back. Starts to catch up with you. Old Max is probably ready to head out. I don't know how many hours we spend in here. I can bring my watch, but now my wrists are so sore I can barely close my hands very well anymore. So there's a 2x4 jammed in there. So it seems like it gets lower right there, but I don't know. So, but yeah, we'll come back another time. We'll just keep going.
And Frank left me in charge of this burning inferno here that he thinks will be just fine burning away. Hopefully he's right. That's our little mine. And my water tub for the birds and the animals. We do have a burning permit, so that's a good thing. But I feel the fire department will be here anyways. Still a little large for a wiener roast. Excitement of starting a fire on the property, even though we have a permit, we're getting a lot of action. Here we are up at the property again today. This is my newest pile that the Frankster has me burning. But today I phoned the fire department first. So hopefully we don't hear any sirens. But hopefully my fire stays under control and we don't have any trouble. And that's the old loading bin from the mine from a lot of years ago. So we're not sure if we're going to be able to save that or just kind of leave it like it is, or we'll have to see. We have a lot of work to do up here to get the museum ready for, Frank thinks, next spring, so we'll see. There we go. And then along that bank, that's where we're going to put a few buildings. that we can put some of our artifacts in, and we're going to build a boardwalk in front of them so they'll look like really cool old buildings. That's our plan. There's lots of timbering to do in there and cleaning out. See how my pile is doing here. It's going good. There's Frankie down there, getting very distracted from what he was supposed to be doing, which was fixing up the road that we already have started, not starting a new road. I think he got himself down there and now has to make it a little bit wider so he can actually get back up where he's supposed to be. He got himself into a little bit of a predicament. Alright, there goes the tree. Now we'll see where he goes. His choices were to swing around and try and climb back up or go down. So he swung around, so it looks like he's going to try and climb up now. Up here. There we go. Creeping up a little bit higher. So far, so good. Now we just gotta get up the rest of the way here. Just came back to tend my fire. Well, Frankie works away at getting himself back to where he should be. So I'll go back and check on him in a minute. So this is my debut as the rock truck operator. So far, Millie and I are getting along fairly well. Franklin is in the hole, loading us up. And then we have to back up the road and dump. And there's our big old converter sitting there. I have to make a nice spot for it also. So that's where we're getting all this fill from. And then I was backing up this road and dumping it up where Frank is now with the hoe. Boss Frankie Doodle says we're done for the day, so we parked Millie, and guess I didn't get fired today, so must have done all right on my first day as the rock truck operator.
Okay, so we promised we was going to show you what we're up to this week.
All the timbering and
Well, there you go. Probably got what, 20 feet this week between here and there.
oh yeah.
So the problem we're having is we're running into more and more calcite. I'll show you just how hard this stuff is, and so we've been kind of stubborn, just chipping it out with a sledgehammer and a pickaxe. But we've decided it'd be a lot smarter to. We've got all kinds of mining equipment. The problem is we don't have the air compressor in here, so we thought it'd be way smarter to get our air compressor running, bring air lines in here, and use our air tools to break it up. But so we'll show you guys what calcite is and what it is. When the miners originally blasted and mucked this out, it was all loose. What's happened is there's quite a bit of calcium in the water, so it mixes with the gravel and it makes it really hard. Some's harder than others. We'll show you just how hard this stuff is. All right, see? It does.
Just let me
Just
get
like cement. It does virtually nothing. Eventually, you can. Yeah, the splatters mud all over the place. Interesting, if you see right here, this is where the stall was originally. There's a wooden board underneath there, or the timbering on both sides. So what we found we can do with calcite is, you know, it's a lot of work. We can take a sledgehammer, and it's brittle. I'll show you, we can maybe break off a little. But it's very hard. Yeah, it's getting to the point where it's barely breaking off. It just, so it's just way too much work. So we got a really cool air drill. We need a lot of air, and we just drill this stuff out, and then we can muck it out by hand. Mucking it out by hand is not bad, but you know, it's so hard to get through this stuff. And we thought we're almost done the calcite, because if you see this part here, this is where Sharon built this wall. So if we were just a little bit further, and maybe it'll be soft again, but we'll see. And this is part we got to timber up here. It's not that bad. It looks really cool, but it's just a little scabby. And interesting, this rock, Sharon used to bang her head on it all the time. It was 5 feet high. Now it's 7 feet high. That's how far down we've shoveled. All right, so this is going to be answer to our dilemma with the calcite. So we have this Sullivan air compressor. We're putting this 250 Chevy engine in. So there was a 216 in it. So we've taken that out, put it in there. So I want to give a big shout out to people that really helped us out with this project and this mine. Hal Wright, he donated this compressor to the museum, and especially Doug Smith, he actually donated $1,000 to help us get this compression going, and a bunch of other stuff. So big thanks to that. And of course, my wingman Sharon, who is always here to help me, and she's here filming behind the camera, takes the awesome pictures, and she's going to help me, you know, drop this down into there. So, so the reason that we want this compressor is to run, to break that calcite up this drill. So we've got lots of air in this shop because we've got a huge 3-phase compressor here. So we'll just show you, this is the smallest gun that we have, and it's got these replaceable drills. And I'll just show you how it works here real quick. I'll hook up to the air. So it will drill rock, hopefully. All right, everyone, thanks for joining us this week. We have a show every week, so we'll see you next week. Check out our new merch page. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Music is by the Adits.